Hey guys, All in Crypto here and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. Happy Tuesday. I hope you've all had a fantastic week so far. Today, guys, I'm going to be diving into Chainlink with you because Chainlink is a project that I am super bullish on. I'm going to be sharing with you why that is from a charting point of view and from a fundamental point of view in this video. Guys, I believe new all-time highs are around the corner for Chainlink. I think within a month, possibly a little bit longer than a month, in a very short period of time, guys. Very hard to call exactly when it's going to be. But not only Chainlink, the rest of the cryptocurrency market is now moving in the right direction. And I believe that we are going to see new all-time highs across the board. And with such a strong project as Chainlink is, it's going to do very well. We know Chainlink sold off exceptionally hard. It's now at $24. It's down around about 1.8% today and up around about 2.4% and only has a $10 million, or 10 billion I should say, dollar market cap. We know Chainlink at its previous all-time highs was at $53, so it's at under half the price that it once was. I think you are going to get above and beyond that price in a very short period of time. I'm talking about a month or so, and we're going to be sharing with you why that is in this video. The first thing I want to point out, guys, is what is Chainlink for those of you who are new to the channel and perhaps new to the project. Chainlink is my 5th largest position in the crypto space for a reason. It is exceptionally useful and is one of one cryptocurrency out there that cannot be, nobody can claim that it isn't used. It is one of the most used cryptocurrencies in the entire space and I believe is still exceptionally undervalued. Now, Chainlink is an Oracle blockchain. When you think about an Oracle, you think of somebody you go to for knowledge. Chainlink is exactly that in the blockchain world. Essentially, blockchains have an inherent problem, and that is that they cannot onboard real-world data, so off-chain data. They can onboard data that is accessible to them on the chain, on the blockchain, but they can't get, for example, what is the weather in California or what is the price of a Ferrari in a London dealer. Chainlink can bridge that gap. Now, they were two outrageous examples, but it can really do anything. It can onboard any kind of data in a decentralized, verifiable way onto the blockchain and is exceptionally useful as a result of it. It is really the sole reason that we have DeFi. We saw DeFi Summer last year, and that was really all down to Chainlink. So this is a project that is super, super useful. And I actually first got into Chainlink. I think it was Atika Tawari, one of his top picks, and it was like, you know, not even $3 at the time when I got into it. So Chainlink is a project that's done exceptionally well for me, and I've not sold a single link to date. And I'm going to tell you why that is in this video. So let's go over to the charts, guys. Chainlink is now trending upwards. You guys know we looked at Bitcoin to kind of determine the direction of the market, as Bitcoin is the tide that rises and sinks all ships, ships being the altcoins in the crypto space. Bitcoin formed a falling wedge, which we broke out of, which we said is going to be a trend reversal sign if it breaks. That is now being confirmed. Not only that, you've had a confirmation of the trend reverse, and you've got higher highs and higher lows, and I believe this is going to continue with sort of, we're going to be working our way out. We're not just going to shoot out. We're going to claim ground, come back and test support. You're essentially going to be support and resistance trading in this period. And that's exactly what's going on with Chainlink today, ladies and gentlemen. So what have we got here with Chainlink? Well, you can see you broke out of your falling wedge. This was a larger falling wedge that Chainlink formed. And essentially this signals a trend reversal. You are making your now higher highs, or certainly higher lows with higher highs. But ultimately, guys, what I want to see for Chainlink is I want to see, can you see how you're getting rejected from this previous well, it acts as a support level back here, then resistance. When you want to look for resistance levels or areas you might run into that might be a little bit tricky, always go to previous highs and previous sort of lows where you've bounced off, and you will be able to find what may be resistance and then eventually, hopefully, if you're uptrending, support in the future. So you can see Chainlink has broken out. It's come above this EMA, and I'm going to show you historically why this is bullish and what's likely to happen as a result of this. You are now coming up. You are overextended from this EMA. What I would like to see, guys, is a correction to this EMA and you to bounce off it. You can see your EMA here. Certainly the 20 EMA on the daily acted as resistance down this entire level. We now want it to act as support and carry us above and beyond previous all-time highs. And I think you're going to get there. Now, why is it that I think that? Well, I think Chainlink as a project has a long way to go. I think as the crypto space evolves and gets bigger, Chainlink is going to grow with it and accrue value as a result of that. But if we look historically at every time we've had a sell-off, here is a perfect example, guys. You can see you have come right below your EMA. You come down, it acts as resistance, and then you pop above it. This was also a falling wedge, rather a skewed falling wedge structure that we had form. and you break up for the first time over your EMA, and you come back, test it as support before then continuation ensues. You can see this is true every time, even the March 2020 sell-off, which essentially came about as a result of some devastating news that didn't just affect the crypto space. Perfect double top here, by the way, guys. You can see you come down, you break below it, you break above it, and you stay above it. This really signals a trend reversal, and that's exactly what you are doing right now for Chainlink. You are running into this sort of previous resistance level that has actually acted as resistance historically as well. It's very funny that the markets kind of bounce at certain points. Fibonacci's are at play here. Fibonacci's are a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy because traders will take profits and enter positions based on the Fibonacci levels and where the markets are moving towards it. But what I would like to see, everything is totally healthy for Chainlink. I'm still very confident the new all-time highs are around the corner. I think Bitcoin is leading the market. I'd like to see a pullback to this level for Bitcoin before we then see continuation, because you don't really have a lot of resistance above you guys. I think you're going to be at sort of 47k for Bitcoin in a very short period of time before then maybe another slight pullback and continuation ensues. Let me make this apparent to you all from here on out. We are still in a bull run, and in my opinion this year is going to be spectacular. Very much the same with how 2017 ended. We know there is an infrastructure bill being passed at the moment, which will actually bring me on to my next segment, because Chainlink are actually working with a partner that is essentially solving the problem of the infrastructure bill, and that is that people need personal records in order to transact crypto, and stake pools were going to come under fire, etc., etc. Chainlink could actually be a solution to this problem. The limits, the things that you can do with Chainlink are very, very impressive. So in regards to the price, let's just quickly summarize, guys, before we move on to some of the news. Chainlink is looking absolutely beautiful, guys. You can see you've come up and hit this resistance level. You want to come back, test this EMA as support before then continuation ensues. And I think in this next move, I'd like to see you get up to here before we then come back, test this as support, this support and resistance flip, before then continuation ensues, guys. And I do not think, and I'll reiterate that again right now to you, that it is too long until you are right around your all-time highs once again, and you go above and beyond. So we yet to see, and this is obviously all, of course, dependent on the overall market conditions, but Bitcoin looks absolutely fine and is leading the charge along with Ethereum. The total too looks brilliant. Like I say, I think a pullback is absolutely coming, guys. I think you are quite overextended on a number of charts, and I would like to see us kind of, instead of getting too overextended, you can see every time you get extended from your EMA, you come back down and it's greeted. And the higher up you go, the further down you're going to kind of come. So I would like to see moderate pullbacks along the way. I don't just want to see us explode. I actually think that could be more bearish for the price than good. I want to see growth, certainly till the end of this month, and then the summer doldrums are kind of over and people get back to trading and the volume can resume and we can have a spectacular year like we're predicting. Now, whilst this sell-off's ensued, guys, and Chainlink is actually more than halved in terms of price. It went from, I think, $53 all the way down to like 20. I can't even remember what it went down to. It went very low. They have been gaining partners every single day. The actual growth in terms of fundamentally how they've grown and the partnerships and the ecosystem that Chainlink is building and driving really has continued to grow every single day. They have been onboarding new partners at a unmatched level in the crypto space. Here you have a new partnership, consumer data analyst provider Solipay Tech will launch a Chainlink node to bring user authorized data on chain, opening up new smart contract applications like issuing market coupons to users based on their mobile phone location or web browser. Chainlink, is such a useful tool that, like I say, it is almost pegged itself to the crypto space in the sense that as crypto grows, Chainlink will grow with it, because the more used crypto becomes, essentially certainly DeFi, the more used Chainlink becomes. It's such a strong project, and that's why we talk about it on this channel. Swisscom will become a Chainlink node operator. Making reliable off-chain data available on decentralized networks is a critical success factor for the future of development of digital assets, said Dominic. The partnerships that these guys have, guys, is absolutely unrivalable. It's such a strong project. We know we're going to have hybrid smart contracts soon. Sergey, I think Navarov, I keep butchering his second name, the creator and the kind of CEO of Chainlink, So essentially, he can see DeFi getting to $600 billion. Chainlink is going to actually accrue quite a large amount of that. If we look at DeFi today, and we look at the top pick, it's number 2. Uniswap is the only one above it, and Uniswap uses Chainlink. You know, there really wouldn't be much of the DeFi out there if it wasn't for Chainlink. So it's a super, super useful tool, and like I say, as DeFi grows, Chainlink will grow with it, as it's the kind of enabler of the space. So that's really all I have for you in this video, guys. I just thought this was interesting. You know, we told you that Chainlink was exceptionally bullish. Get subscribed if you're not already, guys, because there's no BS here. If we see something that we don't like, we'll tell you, regardless of whether we think you want to hear it or not. And, you know, we're relatively accurate. We're not accurate about everything, but one thing that we certainly are spot on with is the way that this market is moving. And when we look at crypto as a whole, at a measly $1.8 trillion, there is, or $1.83 trillion, there is a long way to go for the crypto space. It is. You remember the dot-com boom as an example of an emerging technology and a market that accrued value as a result of it got to over 5.5 trillion at its height. That was back in the 2000s, 1999. This space is still exceptionally small, certainly in comparison with that, and in comparison with, you know, in retrospect with how this blockchain is changing the world. Big things are on the horizons, ladies and gentlemen. So that's really all I have for you in this video. I'm going to love and leave you on that note. Hopefully you found this entertaining. If you have a like, it's always appreciated. So as a comment, get subscribed, guys, and hopefully I will see you all in the next YouTube video. Thanks a lot for watching, ladies and gentlemen.